All right, I just clicked start stream. But yeah, dude, I really need to get a pull-up bar.
Well,
Um,
I honestly wish I could show you some shit because it's a lot of fun.
yeah,
But anyway,
I mean, I
let me
can
set the
do
screen real quick.
pull-ups, don't get me wrong. But I don't have a place to do pull-up bars, or I don't have a pull-up bar that's like, I need one in my house. That's the big problem. I had one of those door jammy things, but it falls down. Like I don't have like the one that has the screws on it. Jammy things, but okay, you talk. It falls down. Like I
No,
don't
I'm
have like
not.
the
I'm
one
not
that
there on the stream.
has the screws on it. You're on the. Okay, you talk. It falls down. Like I
No,
don't
I'm
have like
not.
the
I'm
one
not
that
there on the stream.
has. Yeah, you are, dude. I
I'm
heard you
good. I
just
think I'm
fine.
good. Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right.
Do
So
this.
back to
Welcome.
pull-ups. Yeah,
Welcome.
man.
Welcome.
Welcome back to Life in God's Pocket. We're here again, Chronicles live stream from the scene of the virus.
Doing our thing.
And there's been a lot of people in the Southern California area talking about, oh, we have all these antibody tests, and we've tested thousands of people, and it looks like that a shit ton of people have already had it and got over it. So we should just restart the economy. But what those people aren't talking about is that the vast majority, like 90% of these antibody tests, are not FDA approved and not even been tested by the FDA. And there's probably they can only estimate, but this one scientist fella, he's an actual scientist. He was saying like 60% of these tests could probably be false positives. So we still don't know what the fuck is going on. Is like the point of that story. That all these people that think that, oh, we know, just like not this big deal. It still very well could not really be that big of a deal as long as you know, you eat healthy and you exercise and you take care of yourself and you're intelligent about your body. If you're some fat,
Always. That's always true though, Jordan. That's always a fucking. That's a universal truth. It's like if you drink water, you fucking eat your leafy greens, you fucking stay away from people, you don't hug people and make out with their buttholes and shit. Yeah, like
yeah, that's
coronavirus.
right. I mean, wait, you can't make out with buttholes?
No, dude, can I take my can I be shirtless for this one? I'll just like raise it up a little bit. It's really, really hot in here.
Yeah, take your shirt off. I don't care what you do. Don't want to get your shirt all smelly from getting all hot and bothered from talking to me before you go see your girlfriend.
I don't care about that. Me and her been off and on for about a year now. But yeah,
Ew.
like I don't know, people are so like this is so foreign to people that you're not supposed to like touch people's faces and shit and like fucking be so close to people when you're at the club and you're supposed to fucking wash your hands. I have to wash my hands after I have interactions with random people I don't fucking know and going to the store. Like,
Don't
get a
tell me to
grip,
wash my hands.
bro. If you if you fucking think for one fucking second that like the things that I do in my life don't require me to take like 2 showers a day, you're high as fuck. Do I shower twice a day? Bro, I barely shower twice a week. But still.
Oh, jeez. It's to save all that water, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, here's an interesting thing that I think. All these people that are, oh, turn the shower off. Don't take long showers. You're wasting water. Well, where's it going? I mean, it's just going right back into the system, It's not like once it goes down the drain, it disappears forever.
Yeah, but how much does it cost you to, use that water?
Yeah, well, that's just make power and make plumbing efficient. And yeah,
But that's what I'm saying is how much does it cost you to use that water versus how much does it cost for them to pump that water? How much does it cost for them to treat that water? At the end of the day, somebody's right. It's probably us because we're smart as fuck, boy.
and we got muscles.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for people to start hiring again. I'm ready to get back out in the world. But uh after like next week I'm done with college, dude, I'm going to do some camping. I'm going to do some traveling and hopefully I don't get in trouble with the law,
Why are you gonna get in trouble with the law, dude?
for being a free American, enjoying my time here on this green planet.
You're honestly one of the most interesting people I've ever met because I know where you come from. I know what you did when you were a kid. I know what you do now. But the in between is what fucking perplexes me about you. Because I don't know the in between, right? Like you and me both know what we've been through the past, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you have personally, how you dealt with it. And that's what fascinates me is that you're literally the same guy that I met day fucking one when I met you. By the way, I'm drunk as shit. So hello, my name's Tom. This is fucking shit face Tom.
Eh,
I get a little emotional,
you always did drink like a bitch.
dude. So remember, did we tell the story about the rap battle we had on Kraken? Fuck it. By the way, I haven't drank Kraken since that day.
Well, see, there's been a lot of rap battles in my life.
No, I'm
That was
talking
when
about the one
the
when we were
one
both blacked out.
when we had
Oh, I guess you were.
that
Yeah.
projector and that
Yep.
we had
The
a
Xbox.
white sheet hanging from the ceiling. That was our projector screen.
And we talked about you. Yeah, I told you this. I told this. This was the first podcast we did. You talked about my mom for a solid 5 minutes. It was
Oh,
awesome. Yeah,
well, she's probably a really respectable, nice lady.
dude, she's the shit. She just got her meniscus fixed in her. I think it was her left knee. You know,
Hmm.
I ha you know, but yeah, she's doing good. But yeah, man. So I told you about my rap song, but what I didn't tell
Yeah,
you is that people are actually liking it.
dude.
It's which
From
is
I just heard a clip of it like through Snapchat, and I thought it was sounding pretty good. I was like, no way, that sounds like a good rap song.
I mixed it for probably 4 hours, like just my voice and his voice, and I even added one of those bass drops, like when like your voice goes "Woo doo ja 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 ja," and then it goes back to its normal. Like I added a pitch changer.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
put I could pull up the effects stack on you. So to make your voice, and you know this, but I'm gonna tell the people, to
I'll
make your
continue.
voice sound like just a processed voice for a rap song, it takes about like one track, two tracks maybe, but it takes like 10 to 12 effects. And I added autotune to my voice, and I wasn't even trying to sing. I just added it because it sounds cool.
Yeah, man, dude. T Pain can sing like a motherfucker, and he uses autotune all the time.
T Pain can actually sing.
Dude,
Yeah,
he can
I
sing
agree.
really well.
Yeah, he just does it because it sounds cool as fuck. It really sounds. And I think when you use probably Travis Scott is the perfect example. Travis Scott is a very brilliant artist because he uses a lot of wordplay and
Yeah.
his autotune skills. You have to know how to bounce your voice off autotune too. Like yeah, it's
Well, you have to know how to use the software to make it work right too. So
well,
there's
I'm
always
learning.
that.
I'm learning a lot, man. Like I had to cut. Like I had to use a lot of Snap to cut this and that. But like
Yeah,
it was a lot of shit. I had to change timing. I had to fucking like my homie Jake, God bless him, but he was nervous to get on this track, and you could hear it in his voice when he's recording.
yeah.
I'm like, bro, just go in. I kept like before each take, I would like coach him. I would just hit record, arm the track, hit the space bar, go out and smoke, come back, and he's just like, I fucked up, and he's like on like take number 86. I'm like, dude, you saw me fuck up for an hour straight. Let's
Hey,
go.
as long as you keep doing it, man, you'll get it. Like that's how you got to
So
do it. You got to practice
what
and you got
about
to take
what about our
takes.
rap song? What about our rap song we're gonna do?
Oh yeah. So I got that free beat I stole off of some website, and I have like a few like lines written for it, but I haven't recorded anything yet. But you've
Okay.
inspired me. You sent me that song. Like I'm definitely gonna record next week. After as soon as my finals are done, I have no more college to even like consider. I'm gonna record because I'm still working on writing for it. But that's when I'm gonna record. I'm gonna give myself a week. I'm still working on it.
You want to write a trap song, like a nasty, like just about like effing bees and stuff and
Well, it
having
seemed
sex with dicks?
I'm just trying to make it like a ridiculous party club song thing because that's what the beat reminds me of. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do.
we can literally talk about how small our penises are. But anyway, back to the podcast.
Well, that's it. You just hear it, and then you feel what words you're supposed to say, and then you rap them. Then you do that over and over again.
Well,
You
that's
punch up
my buddy.
your lyricism. Like I've been working on it for a couple weeks, but I just don't have like the flow yet that I feel like matches the song. You know?
That's what my buddy Jake was doing. He was like, "Hey, pull up a beat that's like the baby, the artist the baby."
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said,
yeah.
"Pull up a beat by him that's a trap song." So I typed in "Da Baby Trap," and it was this song called "Bands." I think it's called "Bands," and Bandz. And then all of a sudden I hear this beat, and I'm just like, doom, 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 and I was like, oh, it just, and I just started writing for about, I think I wrote for only 5 minutes, and then I
Yeah.
started recording. Like I had this microphone, and I was like, dude, that's it. And then Cubase was my fucking friend for like 5 days. Like I nonstop working on this song.
Oh, and since you were bugging me about like doing a joke or something like that, I wrote a
Yeah, what do
joke.
you? Yeah.
I wrote a joke today. I wrote this just for this podcast, and I wrote this just for you.
Shit. All right. Is it about big dick people?
Are you ready?
Yes.
It's very artsy. Every time I take a breath, every time I take a step, it reminds me how much I hate Jesus. Jesus is a faggot. Jesus is a lush. I hate Jesus. I want to burn him like a bush. Yeah, I wrote that in my diary last night. I was masturbating with the crucifix up my ass because I hate Jesus. Yeah, I tried to write it in iambic pentameter, but it never sounds right. 10 words is not the same as 10 numbers. That's a joke I wrote just for you. I hope you liked it.
Your jokes have a flow to them. Like you don't just like say it. You're like, let me fucking present this joke. That's fucking awesome. I'm very
Yeah,
good, my friend.
you're welcome.
Let me read something for you that I got. That's awesome. By the way,
Well, you
oh
shamed
my
me
god.
into it. I couldn't say that well, I'm not going to read you any of my jokes. So I wrote one specifically for the podcast. But you want to see any other of my jokes, you got to see me on stage, once the world opens again. You have to come to Reno to some shitty bar and pay no
Some shitty
cover.
math.
There's no minimum. You just come in, you drink beers, and you see comics.
You want to hear some lyrics I wrote when I first started writing rap lyrics, like in February.
Yeah, if you want to hear me read a poem I wrote in boot camp when I was sad.
All right, because this is
No, I'm
what
kidding.
pretty much is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take 10 shots a day just to numb the pain. But the pussy is magic, David Blaine. You're a neurosurgeon staying on my brain. Got a gin and tonic and the finest chronic. I'm so obnoxious, that's all you saying. I plead for forgiveness, I'm absent-minded, but I showed I cared, and by love I was blinded. I barely survived and it scratched the surface. You make me worthless, but still run back to you all coked out, and magically it's all okay, because you asked for my love on purpose. Ah,
I feel like if you were ever to rap that in front of people, you would start crying. I feel like that really means a lot to you right there. Like that rap right there
it,
just came out of your heart, dog.
it kind of, no, that was a shitty time in my life, and by a shitty time I mean like February, and it hasn't stopped being a shitty time. But, my friend, this is a renaissance. I'm gonna talk from the heart here. This is a renaissance time in my life. Like I'm so confused as a man, as a father, as a sailor, as everything. And it's still a good time. Like I'm still figuring I'm learning who I am as a person. That's what I call it. It's a renaissance time. I've been saying that for the past couple weeks. It's like,
I've been saying it too. So, yeah, I
yeah,
couldn't
oh,
agree more.
okay. Who the fuck are we? Like it's crazy. Like you ever just like in retrospect, not sad boy shit. Like not like, oh my god, fuck me, I hate myself. Like it's like, no, seriously.
No,
Who the
thinking
fuck am
about
I?
it seriously. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're hitting that nail right on the head, young man.
Yeah, and like we can sit here and pretend like we're happy or we're sad. No, I'm just kind of existing, trying to figure out where the fuck I stand.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you like how fucking fake this whole system is. Who's not like what are companies going out of business right now? People that sell luxury clothes or who the fuck is buying a diamond ring or getting married right now? You know? Like and that's so stupid anyways. I fucking hate the idea of oh, I like this person. I'm going to buy a rock that was acquired by murder and who knows what the fuck, somewhere and then some gold, and then I'm gonna spend a fuck ton of money on it. Just really, hey, I bought this thing that's just like a status symbol of how much money I make to put on your finger. You fucking yeah, take it, lady. This is how I'm showing you that I want to spend my life with you. Now let's go sign a legal contract. And then if I get drunk and bang some skank, or you get tired of me because you find out like a couple years later that I'm like a different person, and then you take half my things, and then I have to pay you alimony for the rest of your life. Or maybe we have kids that neither one of us want now. Yeah, it's all because of
That's
diamonds.
interesting too. Because everyone, like, I want to hit on your point too. Absolutely, everybody loves diamonds. Um, the person that I was involved with heavily for a long time and kind of am now again. Um,
Ew.
yeah, we talked of love and of marriage and of being together and of how we've changed. I was told as a man, this is really amazing and horrible to hear at the same time, is that regardless of how we end up, I will never. You're somebody that I will never forget, good or bad. You've left an imprint on my soul, and that was told to me, and I was like, like I'm just me. I'm Goofy Tom, whatever. You know me. And I was like, damn, that hits hard. And but I was told like she didn't ask for like I don't want a diamond or anything. She asked for I think it was a ruby or like something that's way cheaper than diamond. I was like, that's sick. Like she wants something in the shape of a skull that's black. I was like,
Well, if it's reasonable, if it's not like $1,000, like anything greater than $1,000 for like an engagement ring is fucking stupid. And the only reason why it should ever cost $1,000 is because some craftsman had to spend a bunch of time like making some dope ass thing. It shouldn't just be like, oh, we smelted a circle and put a rock in it, and like bing bang boom, 20 grand.
you like get something for them that like they can remember for the rest of their lives that
Memories.
symbolizes your bond.
I hate that
It's
whimsical bullshit. That's why I'll never get married because I'm not sensitive to like the female. "Oh, I want to get married and be a Disney princess and have a big dress and a ring, and I want to flash my ring off to my friends." Like, what the fuck kind of vanity? Like, what is that? That's gross. That's some gross consumerism that's beaten to your fucking head because you watched Disney princess movies. And it's stupid. Buying a diamond ring, yeah. Dude, if you have a relationship with somebody and you're like really into each other, you're like, yo, let's like move in together, like have a family. Like, why should that all be predicated with, oh, and maybe it's some archaic way of showing, your commitment. But dude, how about you make like a savings account with all the money you would spend on that fucking ring, and then you make it a joint account or something like that, and then you're like, oh, maybe let's take a vacation or let's do something. But a fucking ring that was made off of murderous gorillas in Africa mining these blood diamonds, or some stingy Jew just marking up the price and swindling people, or some crackhead like kills somebody and then takes the ring to a pawn shop and they get $20 for it, and then the pawn guy resells it for like $500 to some guy that's trying to get married.
a murderous Jew or a fucking stingy Jew macking up the
Beady-eyed
price. You
fucking
said
Jew.
macking it up the price, macking.
He's gonna take your tuchus.
He's
Don't
gonna
even.
pack his car.
No, I think our whole value system for how relationships are supposed to go and how we're supposed to act and what is commitment. I reject all that, and that's why most people think I'm not capable of like having a functioning like relationship or a real life. But what the fuck do they know? They haven't had my experience, and who
That's what I'm
cares?
saying too.
I'm
And
just
you're
gonna
you're
die
functioning in a lot of
anyways.
ways.
So
You You function in a lot of ways. You're a functioning adult, functioning college student, functioning
What,
alcoholic. Like you're a functioning in a lot of
dude? I
ways.
barely drink. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is the first time I've been like buzzed in probably 2 weeks. Straight up.
Ooh,
Hey, hold on. Let me go get my tobacco. What I want you to do is I want you to pick a topic that we can both fucking pop off. And I'm not talk about. I'm talking about pop off. Like I'm
pop
gonna fuck you.
off.
Yes. I'm gonna run to my car and I'm gonna go get my tobacco and then we're
Dude,
gonna talk.
let's. You want me to just pause? No, okay, hurry up. Well, you got to go get tobacco. What the fuck is this? Aren't you leaving soon, anyways? Why don't you just let's just do the podcast, bro. Oh yeah, yeah. All right. So I'll just
Whoops.
I'll do a sponsor break right now, I guess. Thank you for once again paying attention to Life in God's Pocket. Sponsors are Shade Stays, shadestays.com. See? Oh, damn it, I forgot the box again. I'm not leaving though. We're streaming. I'm staying here, staying in the captain's chair, and this is why I have to be responsible for everything because I'm not addicted to tobacco. I'm not addicted to rotting my face out like a fucking idiot. Oh man. It's such a cop out for like, oh, I need my tobacco. It's my coping mechanism for a stressful. Well, why don't you just be a man and handle the stress and fight your way through it, man? Oh, I need my tobacco. Oh, I just wanted to walk up to the thing with my shirt off.
Told you be quick.
Oh, I'm just talking about how you're undisciplined because you're addicted to tobacco.
Do you really want to get me started, you fuck?
Oh no, I've heard it all. Heard it all. I was on a submarine, dog. There's people that worship tobacco because they've.
Yeah, you were on a submarine, so you're undisciplined because you refuse to not stop sucking dick.
Hey man, just trying to spread joy.
I wish you would. I wish you would spread joy to me.
Yeah, I don't like to give blowjobs to faggots.
So Jordan, I made carne asada. Um, and oh my god, dude, I've never made something that good in my entire life.
Ooh.
Do you know how to make carne asada?
It's just meat with seasoning on it. How hard can it be?
No.
I've eaten a lot of it. I've never made any.
It's a flank or a skirt steak, and you marinate it in orange juice. You could do it, any. The base is all it's an acid, something salty,
Hmm.
garlic, jalapeno, and some other shit. Well, I used orange juice and lime and soy sauce, and I used white vinegar for a little bit more of that fucking marinating effect, and I used black pepper seasoning and onion powder, salt,
That
and I
sounds delicious. Good
and
job.
I fucking grilled that bitch up for like fucking 3-4 minutes aside in really high heat. Dude, it came out like it tasted like your dick, so disgusting as fuck.
It was just oozing with disgust.
But honestly, man, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I like to make that for you one day because I cook a lot. Do you cook?
I cook, but I do what is ever the cheapest, fastest possible thing is to eat a lot of meat and vegetables. So it mostly involves a crock pot and a big piece of meat. And then me
Like
just
what's your
eating.
go-to?
What's up?
What's your go-to?
I usually just get like a roast of some sort, and then I'll put like olive oil on it, and then salt and pepper, and then I'll throw a bunch of like onion, carrots, potatoes, or whatever the fuck in there. Then I'll just throw it in the crock pot for a while, like 6 hours, and then just eat it. I also eat
Sounds
a
gay.
I eat a shit ton of spinach too, just like raw spinach. I just eat handfuls of it, and bananas.
Mostly because I'm very hungry all the time.
Yeah, man, it's good to eat. I think I eat
The
just
amount
the
that I
right
eat,
amount.
the amount that I eat is significantly less than what I want to eat, but the amount that I eat is perfect for what my goals are.
Yeah.
Doesn't that suck? That fucking gap is significant. I'm so hungry so fucking often all the time.
I also like, well, one of the reasons why I eat such like mostly bland food is that that way I don't get addicted to eating. I can't have sweets because say I go eat some ice cream, well then the next day like man I'm fucking jonesing for some ice cream. I want more. So whenever I go to the grocery store, I think I've said this before. I like to walk past all the sweets and stuff and the cakes, and
Except
just
you're a
like
piece of shit.
yeah, be like yeah, no, I don't need that.
Because I'm a piece of shit.
But like once a month, right now, about once a month, I'll just have like 3 days in a row where I just eat anything I want.
Feel afterwards like shit.
Yeah, and then I like go through this body coma, loss of energy thing for a couple days, and then like okay, just get in the gym, stop being a bitch, eat meat.
Yeah, dude, honestly, eating meat's the move. I talked to this girl who was a vegetarian, and we had a vegetarian picnic, and it was very good. Energy levels were very high, but I also pooped a lot. So,
Well, that's my main complaint with like being a vegan or vegetarian is you have to eat so much. Whereas I feel like
yes.
for like protein and like every like amino acids and shit like that and saturated fat, like all that is like in a steak. You know, put some butter on it. My God, you ever put butter on
Best you
steak?
need. Yeah, dude, I use brown butter. Brown butter with fucking garlic and fucking thyme.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dog. Garlic too. Garlic is great.
I'll make you a fucking steak that'll literally blow your balls off. Your fucking balls. Your balls.
What can it be just good enough to? I mean, it can like snap my balls, but not blow them off.
What's the best steak you've ever had?
The best steak I've ever had in a restaurant was at this place called the 801 Chop House in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. The best steak I've had in my recent memory is I went to visit my cousin in Breckenridge, and he bought these bison ribeyes, and he's a really really good cook. And holy fuck, dude! Like I took one bite and then I didn't talk for a while. Like I cut off a piece and like gave it to his roommate because he was just chilling, and it's like, dude, you need to try this. It was so fucking good. Cooked to
The best steak I
perfection.
ever had was one I made. Medium rare, right? We're gonna agree on that because
Yeah,
you're fucking not pussy.
yeah. I mean,
I
medium
made
rare is the best. I can understand the arguments for rare or less, but dude, I still like it to have some cooked flavor to it. Medium rare is the way to go.
I made a steak that was. This is when I first. I think no, this was recent actually. Probably. I bought a tomahawk ribeye from Whole Foods and it was like $40. Huge, like bigger than your dick, which is not very big,
Oh man, that's like twice the size.
but still, but still big for a steak. And dude, it was 2 inches thick. It was fucking amazing. And it was like, I think it was 30. I might be embellishing, but it was. You get it. It's expensive, whatever. Who gives a
Yeah.
fuck? Whole Foods is some good shit, by the way. But it was just it was a fucking bone-in ribeye. Wasn't dry aged, nothing. Just fucking wet aged fucking beef.
Well,
And I sous vide it.
ew.
I sous vide it for I think 3 or 4 hours. Torched it. Used brown butter. I sous vide it with thyme, dried garlic, freeze-dried onions, salt and pepper, and Himalayan pink salt, and then pepper. And then you peel all that shit off. You dap it up with a fucking paper towel, and then you torch it with a fucking plumber's torch.
Yeah.
Propane. Propane's the key, not butane. Propane doesn't leave torch taste. And
Okay.
then,
I remember that.
hmm and then you make your brown butter, dude. I couldn't describe. You get it, like you get it. That
Yeah.
meat
Well,
flavor is incredible.
I do appreciate a fantastically like that's like an artist thing right there. You're being an artist with that steak.
It's my thing. It's my and I can literally steak. I can tell you right now, not the best thing for you as far as like the way I prepare it. Don't
Yeah.
care. It's my ice cream. I love ice
Yeah,
cream.
man.
Steaks. I will pick a steak. If you were like, hey, you can have sex for the rest of your like, you can either have sex or steak. I would pick sex with you, but
Ah.
I'm just kidding. We're not gay guys, by the way.
No, I would pick steak. I mean, I'm already used to masturbating all the time, so why not have steak also?
You met my ex-girlfriend, right?
And I've probably seen her when we video chatted in the past, but I don't. Oh yeah, you get me every time with that joke. Every time you get me. I never learn.
I need you to talk about our sponsors because I'm gonna hit the fucking the pavement pretty soon. The old Mustang.
Well, I already talked about shadestays.com and the fact that I forgot the box again.
Did
But
you really? Fuck.
well, it's downstairs, and I don't want to go get it. I'll have it next time. I don't know. But
How about if you want to go shoot in the desert?
swordandmind.com. Tactical firearms training simplified. If you're in the Phoenix area and you want to go shoot some guns in the desert, go to swordandmind.com. Go down in the comments. There's links to, hey, my Twitter is linked down there too. Say some fucked up shit on my Twitter and we'll talk about it on the podcast. You know, and then everybody will, it's like a circle. Anyways, this
I'll
is
be honest. If you guys, if whoever watches this, comment if you guys have any ideas on how we can make the podcast better, like audio quality, video quality, anything, or just like what you want to hear. Give a comment.
Oh yeah. Also, shout out to my little brother who has this Discord thing that he co-created. It's like this big gaming community called Adversary. But they're out there streaming games, and then he gave me a lot of really good ideas for how to make the podcast better. So once I get a job or somebody donates to our Patreon, which you can find linked on my website, slothau.com, slothau.com.
You.com.
Links down there, baby. Straight down. Give money to my Patreon and I'll buy some things. I'll get a green screen, maybe some lights, an actual camera, and then I'll send you an actual camera, and then we can masturbate each other's penises through the camera.
With the devil's hand. My ex-girlfriend. I also have a GoPro that I'm going to link to my computer, and I'm going to start busting through Cubase so I can get some nasty compression on this bitch.
Girl, you fancy.
And then we gon' turn this motherfucker up. And I got some special ideas that I haven't told you about yet for the podcast for next time.
Ooh. And if we get some good comments about my joke that I read at the beginning of the podcast, I'll write another joke.
I kind of really like
A
that
special
joke.
podcast joke just for the podcast. I won't
Your
even.
Jesus talk. You fucking racist.
I'm racist against Jesus.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, this has been another episode of Life in God's Pocket. Thank you, everybody. Keeping it real during these Corona times. Keep your head up. Remember, we're a strong nation. Don't be led astray by non-strong people.
And stick together, guys. Work out, get outside, get some fucking sunlight, drink your fucking water.
Have
Stop
some
fucking
gumption.
drinking, staying inside.
Styling, profiling, baby. Just like Ric Flair.
My shirt doesn't say anything, sorry.
Yeah. Or it could be a fucking pussy hound like Tommy over here and wear nice clothes.
Jordan, honestly, it's been a pleasure.
All right, buddy. We'll do it again soon.
All right, I'm going to hit the old dusty trail, brother. Love you.
Bye-bye.